Hi, you're watching Our Southern Virginia Life, and it's currently about 8 o'clock at night. It is hot and dry here in Southern Virginia. Let me flip you around. I got some tomatoes and some cucumbers mixed in here on this row. I've got some lemon drop watermelons, some regular watermelons, Crimson Sweets right there. A couple fig trees here in buckets. Let's take a quick walk through here. I've got some basil, some horseradish, some onions, squash, some more squash, and some peppers. I got some cucumbers and a melon in here. 4 beans in here, which aren't doing very well. My strawberry beds. And my peppers, which are doing really well in containers. And they always seem to do well in containers. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about water catchment. Water, right? Like I said, we're in a pretty much a drought condition. I've got 550 gallons here, 275 and 275. They're about a third full. Over there on the house, I'm going to try to zoom this out in. I've got 3 275 gallon totes that catch off the house. So that's 246, 750, 825. 825 and 550 here is 1375. 1,375 gallons of water. Then I've got a trailer with another 275. So that's 1,450, 1,650 gallons of rainwater when full. Currently, I got about 500 or 600 gallons in there. I have to pause and grab a couple of these. I'm picking, I don't know, a gallon or 2 every single night from here. And these are delicious blackberries. These are actually tomorrow's pick because I already came through and picked all the big ones. And over in that bed I have some melons and some tomatoes. I got some melons under that shade cloth, some beans on that arch, and another melon in there. That big U bed, there's crimson sweet watermelons growing over the side on the other side. And there's tomatoes, and I didn't plant a thing in that bed. This bed here, I didn't plant anything. All those are volunteers from stuff that I composted last year. And you can see, I think you can see the crimson sweet watermelons. There's some more in the bed too. There's my beans over there. But anyway, here's the trailer, and this is what I really wanted to talk about. I get kind of going in the garden, but this is my trailer with 275. And so this allows me to go to the house, and it allows me to go over to the house and drain off that main 3-tub. That one takes the most water because it pulls off of 3 liters from the house. That little outbuilding is a lot smaller, but it fills those other 2. Between the 2 of them, those 2 get piped over. There's a hose hooked to one outlet, and the other one gets piped over to the greenhouse. Let me turn you around. Over to the greenhouse over there. There's a PEX line in there. It comes off of that rainwater catchment. And I use this trailer to move water around. I can move it anywhere I want. I've got some fairly new black raspberries, a row of them in the back. And I've got 6 fig trees that I ordered. They were on clearance at a nursery, and they're doing really well. But, it was hot, and so they have to be watered every day because I planted them not at the ideal time, but they were half price, so I bought them, and I'm babying them, and they're doing well. But I can use this trailer to move the water around. So having that, and it was all full a month ago. Well, a little more, maybe 6 weeks ago. And I don't water at all with my well. I haven't in all the years I've been here. I water completely off rain catchment. And I'm currently down to, like I said, 500 or 600 gallons. But you know, I've got a couple friends at church, and my neighbor across the street, he's in his 80s. He's been here his whole life. He said he doesn't remember last time it's been this dry for this long. And a couple guys at our church, they've been gardening for decades here in this area, and they both abandoned their gardens and they shriveled up in the heat. One of the guys was saying that, you know, he's had problems in the past with his well, and so because it's so dry, he didn't want to take a chance. And his exact sentiment was, you know, I can go to the store and buy tomatoes and produce, but I run out of my well water, I got a problem. And rightfully so, I can relate to that. So this rain catchment, if I conserve the way I am, may last me another 2 weeks. If I stretch it, I think I can get it to last another 2 weeks. But that will be almost 2 months, at least a month and a half at that point, with no rain. That's almost unheard of here. So, oh, look at that, a deer crossing the road. He's in my neighbor's front yard. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, he's going across. You know, he's going right for my sweet potato patch. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, maybe he's going to go into that field. That's a crossing, but usually they run across and jump that fence. Anyway, as long as he doesn't come into my sweet potatoes, I don't care what he does. My sweet potatoes are down around behind the carport. Get out of here. Anyway, squirrel moment. You know, having this rain catchment has been a blessing because, and it wasn't a lot of work to hook up, and it wasn't super expensive, but it bought me 6 or 8 weeks of dryness with no rain. Now, I got to do some catching up, obviously. It's got to rain. It's, you know, but as I said, friends of mine have abandoned their gardens, and mine's still doing pretty good. And I still have to conserve, and if we have another month of drought, then my rain catchment won't be enough. But I've already eaten a ton of stuff out of the garden. And so if I can string it another, like I said, 2 weeks or more, I'm just hoping, praying for some rain. But, you know, the point of the video is collect rainwater, right? Because here's the thing too, like, you know, if we lost power for any great length of time and I couldn't extract, I have a generator. I could run my well pump off that. But if the grid goes down long term or something long term happens, that catchment can be used for humans, right? For my wife and I. Now, you know, algae grows on it. Like, we don't have black plastic covering it because for the garden, it doesn't really matter. If we were to use it for our own consumption, we have a Berkey, we'd filter it, we'd probably boil it. If I put it in a black barrel to shower with, make an off-grid shower, then we'd probably add a little bleach to it or whatever. And so it can be used in a number of ways. Not the least of which is keeping this garden alive during this dry season. And so I encourage everybody, whether, you know, even if it's just one barrel or whatever you can do, right? You got a metal roof, or you could make a metal roof It doesn't even have to be a roof. It could be 3 feet off the ground. And just put a gutter on it and channel it into a barrel and just dig it down into the earth so you can get it low enough to collect, right? Because as is happening here, that can make all the difference. Again, a number of people that I know have abandoned their gardens and they've dried up because they're in, DEFCON 3 on their wells. And we kind of are too. And I've never used my well for water in the garden, and I won't. And if the rainwater runs out, then I'm gonna probably let my garden go too. Except for those fig trees, they gotta water those because I want them to establish this year. I don't want that investment to be down, so I really could get away with 5 to 10 gallons a day on that. So I'll continue to water that with my well. But the rest of this, like my friend at church said, I can buy produce at the store, but I'd rather not. And so rainwater catchment is important. And so it's not hard. It's not hard to do. There's a number of ways you can do it. It doesn't have to be sophisticated. And when you have a long period of dryness, you'll be glad you did it. And so just hopefully a word of encouragement on that front, and hope everybody has a great day and a great gardening experience. Thanks for watching. God bless you.